What's up, Hyperdrivers? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a real quick one for you. We're going to take a look at the concept maquettes from Regal Robot. This is the Weequay and the Rey Yees statues. Let's get to this. Welcome back to the Hyperdrive channel. I am the Medinalorian, here to share with you guys some really cool Star Wars stuff that you could be adding to your collection room. If you like Star Wars like I do, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can jump to light speed every week with us right here on the Hyperdrive. Before I get started on this video, I just want to give a big shout out to my buddy Christian from the Hyperdrive Star Wars Facebook group for sending these over to me to do this video for you guys. If you guys want to check out a really awesome Star Wars collectors group, make sure you check them out. It's a great place to be. They got lots of other Star Wars collectors and fans like you and me that you could hang out with. I left a link in the description below for you guys to get to them. And if you really love the Regal Robot products, you like what you see here, I also left a link for you to get to their website and to their Facebook group that they just opened. And at their Facebook group, you can get behind the scene looks, you can participate in the giveaways that they have, or even provide your own thoughts on things that maybe that you want to see. They are listening, and it's a great group to be in as well. So I left a link in the description below for you guys to get to that as well. All right, so let's get into these concept maquettes. These are two concept creatures from Return of the Jedi. For me, Return of the Jedi was the very first Star Wars movie that I saw as a kid. This is, in my memory, the first movie that I could ever remember going to the theaters with, and that's why Star Wars has always kind of stuck with me. So that was my movie, Return of the Jedi. And these are two creatures that you would have seen in Jabba's sail barge or in Jabba's palace, right? Which is really awesome. All right, they're created by two different concept artists. You have Ken Ralston, or actually these are more like sculptors, and Chris Wayless. So what's really cool about these concept pieces is that they connect us with the artists. And I really like that Regal Robot is doing that. They're highly limited. But, you know, for me growing up as an artist myself, I have a ton of art of books, like the art of Star Wars, the art of The Lion King, the art of whatever. I got tons of these books sitting in my garage over the years that I've collected, and I've always been fascinated by what goes into making the creatures and the characters that we all love at the end of the day, and there's a connection to that. So those are the things that I really like to see. And then when Regal Robot creates these into a three-dimensional thing, you know, it's awesome to check out as well. Now, these two right here, one was created by Ken Ralston, which is this one right here. It's got the limited edition signed plaque, and this is the Weequay. So the Weequay is one of the characters that we saw on the sail barge, and it's a real cool looking concept piece of this character. We all know, at least for me anyway now, the most visual character that we can see at the moment, the guy who's like up in our face, is probably Hondo. Right, so that's the one that the new generation probably recognizes, and it's a character I really like as well. So just seeing the details on this is insane, and something that I saw in the videos that Tom Spina has, because he also has these interviews with these artists and creators of these pieces, is how quickly they had to design these, and you know how, and the lack of information that they had in creating these creatures. So when I saw both interviews with Chris Wayless and with Ken, they didn't have anything to go on like you had when the original Star Wars movie came out. You know, when the first Star Wars movie and Empire Strikes Back came out, you had concept designs from Ralph McQuarrie, and you know they had all this stuff to work on to create the creatures and things that we saw in those movies. When Return of the Jedi came out, they were just given basically a blank sheet of paper and said, hey, create some creatures for us and we may use them in the movie. And they're making these while making other films at the same time. So like in Chris Wayless' case, he was working on Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know, at the exact same time that he's taking and creating these creatures. And the way he describes it was that he was like, you know, having his morning coffee and sculpting real fast to create some of these creatures. So they had to, you know, draw on inspiration that they had for themselves. And then also, you know, just insane creativity. I mean, it's something interesting to think or even go on as an artist, to just, you know, just have a idea of what you're going to do and just go with it, right? And just make a bunch of these things, you know, and continually pump out, you know, your creative energy into these different creatures, and in hopes that they end up in the movie. And these ended up in the film, and in the case of this guy right here, the Weequay, you know, he's continued on in many other series, in the Clone Wars, and then, you know, moving into current movies. You know, most of the time you see these guys as pirates and that kind of thing. So just looking at the details on this, like I said, all of the textures in the skin, I really like the vertebrae back here in the back. That's real neat. And you got real hair, which is really cool, and this metal necklace that's attached right there. So, you know, it's got a humanoid type of look to it, but it's definitely alien in appearance, right? So, and again, it's something that doesn't look entirely like the final character. Like Hondo definitely looks something that resembles this, but not exactly. But yeah, you know, it changes, and that's kind of what I dig about these things. And then you got Rey Yees right here, or Three Eyes, as Chris Walas called him. And this is, at least for me right now, probably my favorite of the concept line currently. I just love the color of this one, and I like the 3 eyes that he has. It just looks ridiculous and fun, you know. Kind of has a snout there like that, which I don't know what that reminds me of a little bit, almost like a llama or something. You know, when I saw the interview, he did talk about using inspiration from other, you know, real world animals and things like that to create the monsters that he creates. And they got real beautiful texture in the skin. And, you know, the paint on these is really cool too, because like this one here has several different tones going on there. Same like with the Weequay right here. You got all these different tones that is being thrown in it, and it makes it look like a creature that is living on Tatooine, you know, living in a desert planet. So it's got kind of like a suntan thing going on with it, which I like a lot, man. So, and then these are characters and creatures that really only had like a little bit of screen time in the film. There's the signature plaque that you would get with this one. They really only have like a little bit of time on the film, yet, you know, you drawn to it when you see it in the film, and you're just like, wow, these are really cool, and they're inspiring. So that's what I like about these concept maquettes. They tie you to the thing that we saw in the film, and connect us with the artists that create them. So it's fantastic stuff, and I hope that Regal Robot continues doing this kind of stuff, because I really do enjoy seeing them as they come along. But that's what I just wanted to share with you guys real fast. Like I said, it's going to be a quick video. Think they're really neat. If you're interested in getting these, I think the Weequay is actually still available without the signature. Rey Yees may be on waitlist, so you may have to join the waitlist if you want to get on this one right here. They didn't make too many of them. The signature edition on this one, I think, was only like 100 on Weequay, and even less on Rey Yees. So yeah, so if you're interested, again, I left a link in the description below for you guys to get to Regal Robot. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below, and until next time, may the Force be with you.